What's going on, people? There'll be more driving videos because it's summertime. What I want to discuss today is one of the biggest lies that you've ever heard. This lie is insidious. It will keep you broke. It's hurt a lot of people, and there are folks who are hanging their hat on it, hanging their dreams, their wishes, their hope, and everything on it. And I call it the passion trap. Follow your passion and the money will come. There's no bigger lie on the planet than that. And I'm going to explain a few things to you. There's this book called So Good They Can't Ignore You, and it talks about this. I want you to think about the things that you're passionate about in your life. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe you make music. Maybe you're a great athlete. Now, I want you to really think about it. Did you become passionate about these things when you learned of them, or did you become passionate about these things when you became very good at them? I'll give you an example. I am really passionate about YouTube videos right now. I have been pretty much for the last 2.5 years. Now, I've been on YouTube almost 4, but I've been passionate about the videos for the last 2.5 years. Why is that? I've become really good at it. I can make videos. I've got the setup. I've got my methodology down pat. I've got, it works for me. It totally works for me. And I'm passionate about it because I became good at it. When I first started on YouTube, I was in my basement like a scared little bitch making videos. It was just me, the camera, and maybe a ladybug or something was in there. And I was just terrified, and I was just speaking. And the thing is, the terror comes from what do you think is going to happen once this video is released. That's where all the anxiety happens. That's where all the craziness happens, because you're like, what if people don't like it? What if they say bad things? And all of that's happened. I've had videos, I'll just say it, they were crappy. They were god-awful. I had to strangle them. I had to put them under the water, let them drown. I mean, seriously, they were that bad. They had to go. Now, as you're following your passion, I want you to understand some things. There's something that you may become very good at that you completely and utterly suck at right now. About 2 years ago, I made this comment in a writing group, and the internet pile-on was legion. Everyone had an opinion about me. I was called an asshole. There was so many things that was said about me because I had the audacity to share my personal opinion. And the opinion was that if you have to rewrite something 15 or 20 times, chances you sucking as a writer are pretty good. And people were like, well, I rewrite stuff 30 times. I'm like, bullshit. If you have to rewrite something 25, 30 fucking times, the concept was fucked up from jump. As someone once told me, if you stir a pile of shit up 18 times, it's still a pile of shit. There's usually something wrong with the concept. There's something wrong if you have to rewrite it that many times. Most I've ever rewritten anything was 10 times. And now it's about 4, if that many. Because I structure my writing differently. One thing I don't do is sit down and just start writing off in a rabbit hole. I have a plan. I am, there's like, are you a pantser, which is just flying by the seat of your pants and writing, or a plotter? I'm a plotter now. Everything has an outline. I know where I'm starting. I know where I'm ending, and things get done. But that's me. There are some people who can be pantsers and put out beautiful, well-structured stuff. I think, once again, it takes practice. It takes effort. It takes time. But do not start swallowing the passion Kool-Aid or the passion jelly beans. No, this is what you do. You actually, and Mark Cuban said it, and I think it's probably one of the best quotes I've ever heard, and I'm paraphrasing, don't follow your passion, follow your determination. Let's take something very horrific. The Jewish people that were put in the Nazi concentration camp, they weren't passionate about, surviving. They were determined to survive at all costs. Now understand, this wasn't a passionate thing. This was a determination thing. This was life or death. And unfortunately, many of those people were killed. genetic tests, all kind of surgical things were done to these people. I mean, just horror of horrors. So for anyone that made it through that, it was determination. It wasn't passion. When you are sick, and this is something that affects a lot of people. When someone gets cancer, the whole family gets cancer. The whole circle gets cancer. And these people, it's a determination. It's courage. It's not passion. It's determination. It is something that is so big that they become superhumans. Because if you've ever lived or known anyone that's gone through cancer for a long time, it is a damning thing. It is a damning thing, and it takes a strong person to withstand all that. So what happens is, once these people start to cross over the other side, and I don't believe that certain things make you stronger. I think that's a bullshit statement. I think certain events, tragedies, whatnot, unveil what's already there. It's like, okay, I've got the right of way. I don't know where you're going. People driving crazy. Stupid human tricks, I tell you. But as I was saying, I think that whole thing that certain things, makes you stronger. No, it uncovers what's already there. Because say you got a bomb in the road, right? That bomb didn't get powerful the day that someone stepped on it. It was powerful from the minute that it was placed under the dirt. And that's how I think personal strength and personal courage levels are. It's already there, and it just takes something to bring it out, not necessarily create it or build it. So with that, start working on some shit that you want to do. One of the things that people screw themselves with time and time again is waiting for the perfect time for things to happen. Waiting for the perfect storm when everything aligns and God spoke to them and Boo Boo the kitten said, "Meow, it's time to do it, Daddy." Bullshit like that. Today, right now, you could pick something. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's knitting Afghans. I don't care if it's saving polar bears. You can go out and start working on that and then develop the passion as you become good in your craft. That's where the passion comes. Once you start to own shit, once you start to actually feel good about it, because I want you to think, when you learned to swim, were you good at it? Probably not. Some people were, some people weren't. But when you became really good, you were like, you couldn't keep your ass out the water. Let's talk about something that we are all familiar with, and more than likely, I'll be honest, I sucked at it when I first started. Sex. Didn't know what it was doing, felt awkward, felt strange, but damn, because you knew the rewards were going to be so good, you kept fucking. You didn't like, I'm going to put this fucking thing to the side. I'm not going to mess with. Actually, that's not true. There are some people, because they're so afraid of how they will be judged because of their lack of skills, that they actually don't fuck. That's how you get the 40, the 50, the 60-year-old virgins. And I'm not talking about Catholic priests and nuns. There are people out there who are afraid to fuck because they don't want to deal with the possible adverse or negative outcomes because they ain't coming right. I don't know. But essentially, when we all start fucking, we don't know what we're doing. And Eddie Murphy did this show, Delirious, years ago, talking about it. Like when you start to get the head and the shoulders on your fuck. And I mean, seriously, I fuck totally differently now than I did when I was 20. When I was 20, it was just seriously like, I'm getting some, damn it. Yes, I'm in. I mean, seriously, that was it. Now it's like, oh, how can I make her toes curl? How can I make her call me daddy? It's a totally different ball game because I'm more involved. I think about it more. And there's experiences with that. But what you have to understand is you can become good at a lot of things with effort, practice, and time. You must divorce yourself from this passion. It's my passion. Passion will not pay bills. Determination has paid many bills. I'll give you a really ugly example of determination. And it's because they have a high level of motivation. You take a regular person, right? They've never earned more than 30, 40 grand a year. They get a drug addiction. Next thing you know, that son of a bitch or that whore is earning 200, 300K a year. And they never could do it before. They didn't have the proper motivation. They didn't have the proper determination. Because you can't tell me that someone out there on the street corner or online that's selling their body is passionate about that shit. They're not. They're determined. And determination can change the course of the world. Now, how do you build determination? Number one, you're honest with yourself. You have got to be really honest with yourself. Like right now, I'm fat. You know, I don't have no problem with it because I can still pull beautiful women. Ha ha. Hate my fat ass. But the reality is I'm fat. That's why I'm in the gym. That's why I've changed my diet. You can't go, well, I'm a little big bone. No, that shit's not going to work. You have to look in the mirror and see what's really there. Once you do that, you can start assessing and building and moving. Because this morning, I was in the gym, and, you know, part of working out is you got to do different stuff. So I came out the gym and stopped lifting weights for about 10 months because I was getting hurt, little nagging injury, little crazy stuff, and I started doing yoga. I know, right? Crazy stuff. Yes, I'm in the living room doing postures and stuff and falling down and looking crazy, but it's just me and Boo Boo the kitty. But a funny thing happened around month 6. I started to like it. Why? Because I started to become good at it. The first time I did the plank move, and it's a plank move with a stretch, I was up in that position about 8 seconds before I fell over, keeled over, and was breathing hard like a little scared little bitch. The shit was, it was humiliating. It was just like, you gotta be kidding me. This is horrible. This is really, really not good. But when I held that plank position for 30 seconds, I felt a little bit better about the exercise. Then it got to a minute, and I can do a plank position. Let this guy go by because I knew he was going to cut that corner short. I can hold the plank position for 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, and maybe I haven't really pushed it, but I may even be able to do 4 minutes because at 3-minute mark, that's when the shaking starts, but I can still hold it. I couldn't do that before. Now I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. And now that I've rejoined the gym, I'm back here, I'm doing this stuff in the gym. I wouldn't do it before because the shit was embarrassing. I mean, you know, I'm a grown-ass man. I'm on the floor shaking like a little scared little bitch because my muscle, and there's this muscle in there called the trapezius that wraps completely around your core, and that's what the plank builds up. And that's what allowed me to yoke 395, clean, no shake, nothing. I probably could have did 2 or 3, but I'm really just getting back into the iron game. And I was just like, wow, and that came from doing something different. That came from doing something that kind of scared me. That came from doing something that embarrassed the fuck out of me when I started. But that's determination, not passion. Because there's a lot of people who are passionate about music. They love to listen to music, but they haven't made any. It's the guy who just gets so frustrated. It's like, you know what? I can't find the beats that I like, and they start to make their own beats. Determination, not passion. So first step was being honest. Second step, take action. A lot of action. You have to start working on those deficiencies. You cannot play around and go, well, I'm going to work on this for 2 weeks. I'm going to work on like that commercial with the guy that he runs around the gym for 10 seconds, then gets on the scale and hits it because the results are not as good as he thought after 10 seconds of exertion. Who the fuck is he, the lazy bastard? But you have to take action. Action is the key to everything. Action. Putting something into play. Gaining experiences. Just trying to be bigger and better than you were the day before. And understand, when you take action, it's going to create situations where you're going to look stupid. You're going to create situations where you're going to do something that you're not very good at, and it's going to be humiliating or not so pleasant because you don't know what you're doing. And I beg you, yes, I'm actually begging, I want you to do that as often as possible in every area of your life. Put yourself in positions where you're unfamiliar, where you'll look stupid. Because if you continue to doing it, one day you won't look stupid. One day you'll be teaching people to do that very thing that you could not do. That is determination. That's what gets people across the hump. That's what makes people heroes in their own personal life. So you got to take action. Step 3, consistent action. You cannot just stop when it gets dicey. And because you don't know what you're doing, it's going to get dicey pretty quick. It's going to be real dicey. It's going to be cataclysmic at times. There's going to be times you're going to look at yourself, especially when you're starting the business for the first time, and you're going to like, what am I doing? There's going to be those dark moments when you question your own sanity because it's not happening as fast as you should hope. And that's another thing that messes people up. Compressed timelines. Like, okay, I started here in January. By June, I should be rolling. Maybe not. It all depends upon your skill sets, your level of expertise, and so many other variables. Because one of the things that drives me crazy is when someone sends me an email like, hey, Glendon, hey, I need to make $5,000. What can I do to make $5,000 by, say, August? I don't fucking know. Why? Because I don't fucking know you. I don't know anything about you. I don't know your skill sets. I don't know your work ethic. I could talk to 2 people and give them the same exact information, and one is going to be head and shoulders above the other because of those variables. And it's just crazy. But consistent action is what's going to really keep things rolling for you. Now, the 4th step is reevaluation. When you're going through this process, you have to, there are so many speed bumps over here. You have to constantly readjust. You just can't come up with goals. Well, first, assess, get started, stay in action. You have to reevaluate because, once again, you don't know what you're doing. And that's not a cuss word, and that's not a slight, and that's not trying to embarrass you. But there are times when you're doing something new, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and get over yourself. You got to get some courage about yourself to deal with those things. Like, okay, I am so criticized on YouTube, the internet, because, there's two, I'm a very polarizing figure. Either you really like me or you really can't stand my ass. And that's my personality, and I can live with it. It's honest feelings. There are some people that's like, he cusses too much, he does this, he's not for me. That's an honest feeling. I can deal with that. And they go away and never bother me again. And then there's the other people who are in the G-verse, and they love the shit out of me. So that's the people I cater to. And I'm not even going to cuss the people who don't like me because, that's their valid opinion. Everybody is not for everybody. Everything is not for everyone. Get over that shit. I am not trying to be liked. I don't give a damn if you like me or not. That's not going to really change my life too much in any direction. So, really, it's about growing up and being a full, articulate adult. And a lot of people are not adults. They're children masquerading as adults because the minute things get rough, they start whining. Totally whining. And one of the reasons the whining is so loud and it reaches a crescendo is because so many of these people have fallen into the passion trap. Well, I'm following my passion, and the money should come, and blah, 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 blah. No, the fuck, the money's not going to come because you're following your passion. The money will come when you learn to fucking execute consistently. Execution is what brings in money, not passion. Accomplishment is what brings in money, not passion. And determination is a lot closer to accomplishment and execution than passion. Because I'll give you a really gritty lesson here on relationships. Think about all the people that you were passionately in love with and how long did that shit last. Now think of all the people that you were determined to be in their life, good friends, people that, hey, pissed you off, but he's like, this is a friend, this is a bond for life. And these people are in your lives 20, 30, 40 years forever because you're determined. See, you meet somebody and then you two are just like, oh God, finishing each other's sentences. Now, sometimes that does work out. Sometimes it does work out. But most often, it's just pure infatuation. And go ahead, have fun, because the sex is usually off the chain. But Really, is that thing going to have legs if there are no other things that are part of the relationship that have nothing to do with the infatuation? You see it all the time. I mean, ask yourself, how many men or women, depending on what you like, you can like anything. And for some of you, you both like men and women. Hey, whatever, the L word. But think about the ones that you were most passionate about and how long did that shit last? And also, incidentally, a lot of times the people that you're most passionate about, you can't stand to be around them too long, other than when you're fucking. Think about that. It's that passion, and passion is not as enduring as determination. So you got your steps. And number 5, after reevaluation, is don't be afraid to dream new dreams. This is one of the things that keeps people locked in the box. They have these dreams and they become married to these dreams. And sometimes the dream that you have is not appropriate for the person that you are. That dream you have may not even be yours. It could be your mother's dream. It could be your father's dream. It could be Boo Boo the Fool's dream. It could be anyone's dream other than yours because it sounds good. Sometimes you have people doing shit that they don't want to do because they're doing it for the vanity of other people. This happens a lot in society. And I'm not going to say that's all bad, making your parents proud. But if it's killing you to do it, then it is bad. If you're happy to do it and it works for you and actually you feel good, and it can, because just what is this video about? Determination. You didn't like it in the beginning, you became good, then all of a sudden you like it. You love it. You can't get enough of it. That's how determination trumps, spanks passion's ass every day. Because I'm going to give you another example, and this is outlined in Dan Ariely's book, Irrationally Predictable. And it's true, and it happens to me on YouTube all the time. People that are not moved enough to do something significant based on motivation, but if you piss them off, or if you wound them, or you impugn their character or something, these motherfuckers will become Super Saiyans and come after your ass. They will develop powers and abilities that they never ever thought they had because they determined to get your ass. Now think about that. How many times does that happen? Some little mild-mannered person that you thought was in your spirit and you pissed them off, and the next thing you know, you fucking had King Kong on your ass. He's like, where did this motherfucker come from? That's determination. That's not passion. That's determination. So that's the deal. Don't fall into the passion trap. Don't get caught up in the okie doke thinking that, if you're following your passion, the money's going to come. That is very harmful. It is keeping a lot of people messed up. It's breaking up happy homes because it's like, I'm following my passion. And if you are a guy and you have a girl and she's like, yeah, you're following your passion, and she says this, show me some fucking results, she is not out of line. Okay? She is not out of line, because if you are passionate and determined, some results should show up. They may not be enough results to keep her around, but there needs to be some results. That lets you know that your passion actually has some legs. Because if you're just following your passion and you can't yield any results, whatever the results of that passion may or may not be, then you're pretty much just masturbating without ejaculating. And what fun is that, unless you are a sadist or a masochist, whatever, proclivity fits you. But I'm not even getting that, because that's got to get really hella nasty, but I will shy away from that. But essentially, dudes, dudettes, whatever, you got to stand up. You got to produce some results, because it's for you and it's for her. Because when you produce results, your confidence level goes to 6 trillion. You can do more. You can create bigger and better businesses. There's so many things that you can do once you start to accomplish stuff. And here's a quick lesson on how to accomplish things. Set small goals and consistently accomplish them. And then when you consistently accomplish those goals, crank up the goals and consistently accomplish those. And what you do to yourself is you make starting and completing tasks a habit. Most people do the opposite. Starting and not completing tasks is the habit. I have so many friends who have these great business ideas, And I've actually created 3 companies that produce money in the same span that they have not started that one. You got to make it a priority that you're going to get your thing started. You cannot keep sitting on your hopes, wishes, and dreams and ambitions and hope that they're going to hatch and get up and walk around the room and start producing results for you. It's not going to happen. That's the magic jelly bean thinking. You must treat what you want as if it's serious. You got to go after it. You got to really say, you know what? This means I can't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. This means I can't go to the New York Jets game this weekend. I need to sit here and get busy, put my ass in gear and work and start producing some results. Have some written goals. Goals must be written, or at least on your iPhone, iPad, or whatever. They have to be somewhere that you actually took the time to dump them out of your mind into the real world. That is the exercise that has helped me tremendously. I still kill trees. I have several stacks of paper with all my things written down. And when I go back and I see lines crossed out because that meant that I accomplished stuff, I just smile. And I'm telling you, for any person, accomplishment versus, you're a good person, you have potential, that's bullshit. Because people, and I'll get into another little thing here. People frequently are saying, hey, Glendon doesn't know what he's talking about. Now, this is where it gets funny. A lot of people that have said that are putting out information that just proves that I was right, because they've hit a wall. They've hit a ceiling. They've gone as far as they can with the information that they have. And the reason is simple. You, as an entrepreneur, as a person, will have to start playing with the big boys or the big girls if you want to up your game. You're only going to go so far by yourself. I don't care how fucking brilliant you are. You still need other people. You still need other people. And for all of those folks who are like, I'm never going to pay for any consulting, I'm not going to buy a $9 book, I'm not going to go to a webinar, I'm not going to do anything, I wish you good luck with that. Because when I started paying for my education up front, this is still here. I'm running errands for a friend because someone asked me to do this, and I thought I would do this video also. So, okay, that is still in effect. But essentially, you got to man up. You definitely got to man up, a woman up, and treat your dreams seriously. Because one of the biggest complaints I see online or talking to people is, folks are going, people don't take me serious, Glendon. My wife isn't. Because you're not producing any fucking results. You're not producing any fucking results. Why should they take you serious when you are not taking your business serious? Why should you? You're the leader. You're the leader dog on this. This is your baby. You should be all over it, because I'm going to tell you something. When you are so ferocious with your determination, you can convert people who used to hate your ass. I have a lot of people that thought I was a fraud, that thought I was full of shit, and they've told me that, and they've bought my products. And there ain't nothing better than, I'm kind. I don't even go like, yeah. That's like, thank you for the letter. Thank you for coming to the G-verse. And appreciate you. Appreciate you. Because that's what determination will do for you, not fucking passion. And as I was saying earlier, damn, building is going on over here. You got to up your game and start playing with the big court. You got to go to a bigger court. And if you can't go to a bigger court, then you may have to pay for admission, which means you may have to pay for a coach or someone to sit down with you and pull that shit out of your head and connect the dots for you, because the level of thinking that you have is what created your current situation. Where you are in life was created by the level of thinking that you currently have. Until you change your thinking, until you up your thinking, until you make it bigger and better, your circumstances will not change. You can beat your head up against the wall for days, weeks, months, years, decades because you're too obstinate to go out and hire a professional. I learned that lesson many years ago. My income quadrupled when I started paying for it, my education, when I started reinvesting into me and my business. It makes a huge difference. And for some of you, if you did this, if you went out and spent 20 to 50 bucks on personal development books, whoever you like, whoever floats your boat, if you did that consistently, 20 to 50. If you go to Longhorns or Applebee's on a date, you're going to spend that same money for food that is going to only nourish you for a short period of time. You buy these books, tapes, audio courses, they're going to last you forever. Forever, ever, ever, as Outcast said. Forever, ever. And you can always go back and reference them. I still have those audio cassettes that I bought in the 90s. Earl Nightingale, Lead the Field, and I still listen to them. They have paid for themselves a million times over. So you have to get in the habit of personal development. Because I'm telling you, and just to throw this in there, a lot of these new YouTube gurus are hitting the wall rapidly. And they're fading because they have nothing else to give. Because the thing is, life is a journey of continuing education. You have to keep dumping new information in your mind. You have to keep creating new experiences, or you're going to get stale, rusty, dull, ineffective, and your money's going to stop, or really your money won't increase, or actually it may reverse. You may start making less money because you haven't upped your game. And I see that happen frequently. So check it out, listen to it, and this is something else. And the people who really get it, watch and listen to my videos several times. This is something Earl Nightingale put into Lead the Field, and I didn't follow it at first. And once I did, I started to see the benefits. Every time you listen to one of my videos, you're going to gain something you missed the first time. And the reason is, if you're listening and then your wife says something to you, or if your dog comes up and you want some attention, or your child says, "Hey, Daddy, I need a cup of water," you're going to miss something. So by listening to this over and over and over, you'll get new jewels, new nuggets each time that will improve your life. All right, this is Glendon, and I will see you on the good side. Well, since I'm driving, I can't look to the left or the right, but this is the offer. These are the Easter eggs at the end of the video for people who have determination to watch whatever long this video is. I don't know yet since I'm filming it, but this is what I'm going to do for you. $100, $100. This is what you get. The Journey to Storage Auction Success audiobook. Okay. Pimping Craigslist for Fun and Profit, the Chrome edition. You get that. And the Hustler's Mindset, Pimping Your Mind for Success. You get all that. Plus, I've created a special section of Sparta for you. You get 1 month of regular Hustler Mindset. You don't get Resellology, and you're not getting Hustler University, because there's no point in you getting that if you're not going to stay. No point at all. But that's the deal. And how do you get it? You just go to storageauctionshogun.com, hit that contact tab, and say, "Gee, I have determination. I want the $100 special." And with that, you're in. All right, that's it. And as always, whenever this video goes up, this offer expires 30 days from the day that the video is posted. Thank you. And with that, you have a great day, and I will see you on the good side.